Welcome back, Wando and Lucy Beckham students, to another episode of East Cooper Student News. My name is Justin LaForge.
I'm Gage Schmidt, and today we'll be covering the CCSD calendar, the Vet Tech program at Lucy Beckham,
Student Spotlight, College Talk, and Winter Guard. Today, we're going to be starting you off with some important upcoming events on the CCSD calendar.
With the situation with COVID-19 and the school year being pushed back, some students attend school virtually and some in person. In result, the schedule for this year has gotten a little wonky. To help educate you on what has changed this year, we have put together a list of upcoming events on the CCSD calendar. First off, Friday, March 12th, we will have an early release for students for a teacher work day. Then that Monday, March 15th, we will be at home for an online e-learning day. In April, we'll have another early release day on Friday the 2nd. That will start spring break, which lasts until April 9th. Shortly after we come back, we will be getting our report cards for the third quarter on Monday, April the 19th. Then to round off April, we'll have yet another e-learning day on the 30th. Then we jump into May. On May 17th, we'll have another e-learning day. Then on May 31st, we'll have the day off to recognize Memorial Day. And finally, in June, we'll have a half day on June 18th, which marks the last day for school students. Report cards for the fourth quarter will begin distribution the week of June 21st. There is your calendar for the rest of the school year. Keep in mind that these dates are subject to change. We hope this helped you, and we wish you good luck for the rest of the year. This is EJ Boyet reporting for ECSN.
Now that we're all caught up, let's take a look at the Lucy Beckham Vet Tech program.
My name is Alex McCarroll, and I am the veterinary science teacher over at Lucy Beckham High School. So we're on the first floor, but we're kind of over by the PAC, the Performing Arts Center. It's a huge classroom. It has several back side rooms so where we can have multiple animals and multiple things happening at once. So, but yeah, everyone knows where it is here, so if you're ever here, you can always just ask. So I never met Lucy Beckham. I'm from Greenville, and I moved here for this specific position, but as far as I understand it, she really wanted to have a veterinary science program, so that's kind of how it started. My background, I have a veterinary assistance degree, and then I've also been a science teacher and fostered for 1,000,000 years at my house, so this kind of combines my two loves. So I moved here specifically for this position, and it's been awesome so far. A lot of abuse and neglect cases that we see in the fostering world come from just people not understanding how to take care of animals. So just very simple things. A lot of people have never held a puppy before, so just stuff like that. I have a turtle in my classroom that's like a permanent fixture, and people have just never seen one up close and personal. So just things like that. That's the first part. The second part is obviously the veterinary science side of things, how to really take care of animals from a medical standpoint. Then the third part is career-based, because we're part of the CTE program. And so we talk about the different animal career options that there are out there. So we hit, everything from grooming and kennel working all the way up to an actual veterinarian. So it's really kind of three-part. So we are going to offer a total of 4 courses. Right now we're just offering the first course, which is agriculture and biosystems, and next year we'll add Vet 2 and Vet 3 onto that, which is small animal care, and then intro to veterinary medicine. We do a little bit of everything in here. We're focusing it mainly on small animal care. The students, for example, right now we had a foster mama that just had a litter of puppies. This is one of them. They're about 2 weeks old. And so my vet students are helping take care of them, and ultimately they're going to be handling their dewormings and then socializing them, hopefully somewhat potty training and leash training them before they get spayed and neutered and then are adopted out. And they also help with the adoption applications, so that whole side of it, the kind of office managery side of stuff. And then as they get older, we'll get them socialized and then adopted out to the general public. But so it's kind of a little bit of everything, focusing mainly on small animals. I'm really excited for COVID to eventually be over. I know we all are, yeah. But because I have a lot of really hands-on field trip kind of experiences. We have kind of partnered with the Charleston Animal Society, with Trident Tech. Simple things like going to PetSmart and Petco. and looking at how those kinds of stores are run. In theory, we're going to be traveling more and doing more hands-on stuff than we are right now. But right now, everything's just kind of in the classroom, kind of making it work.
Wow, what a unique course.
Next, we're going to take a look at the Student of the Year candidate.
My name is Savannah Stanton, S-A-V-A-N-N-A-H-S-T-A-N-T-O-N. So I am a senior at Wando. I like to play rugby and surf with my friends. I like to go out to different kind of restaurants that most people don't know about locally. And I am so excited about this campaign because I've got my own very passionate, personal connection to it. The Students of the Year campaign is a 7-week competition where we're raising as much funds as possible to raise awareness for Hodgkin's disease, melanoma, leukemia, and lymphoma. These go to cures and increase the quality of life for patients and their families. I moved here halfway through my freshman year, and my first friend was my neighbor, Brower Down. And when I first came here, she was going through the final stages. She was getting hip replacements and everything because she was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. And it was just crazy to see what she went through because she was a lacrosse player, and that really struck me because I also play many different kinds of sports. So it was crazy to see how that impacted her as both a student and an athlete. So I just wanted to be able to help other people so they don't have to go what she went through. Money-wise, I'm hoping to raise about $15,000 for leukemia and lymphoma. And then I'm hoping to get out of this campaign just better communication skills and leadership skills, because I also have a team that's working behind me to help raise this amount of funds. So I feel that's definitely a goal I have for this campaign. With COVID, yes, there's definitely been some obstacles I've had to jump through. When you are doing the Students of the Year campaign, there's usually a bunch of business meetings, full-on presentations, and you meet people face-to-face. But this year with COVID, we haven't been able to do that, so it's been all over email and Zoom. So it's definitely been a challenge just to show what you're passionate about over an email. It just doesn't get the same point across. If you want to donate to LOS, you can donate to my Instagram, which is Savannah Smiles, SAVANNAH.SMILESS, like the Girl Scout.
Whoa, that is insane.
Yeah, that's great. Moving on, we have College Talk with Anthony Molyvade.
Welcome to College Talk. My name is Anthony Molyvade. Seniors, your last semester of high school is here, and you're about to take your first steps into the adult life. For some of you, you might be joining the military, others might be going straight into the workforce, but for most, you're going to be going to college. And that's a difficult decision to make because you're going to be spending your next couple years there. So we're here at ECSN to help you make that choice. Starting off with the most infamous rivalry of South Carolina, we have Clemson and USC. Let's start off with South Carolina's biggest university, University of South Carolina. With an acceptance rate of 68.6%, USC has over 30,000 students. 43% are from out of state, and the university holds a placement rate of 97%, and an average pay of $85,000 on those jobs. Finance and financial management services, public health, biology, research and experimental psychology, and marketing are amongst some of the most popular degrees at USC. Now, before we talk about what the campus is like, this is what you'll need to get in. A 1180 to 1370 SAT score, an ACT score of 25 to 31, and an unweighted GPA of 3.7. With resources across the state, USC's main two campuses are in Spartanburg and Columbia. But we're going to talk about the most common campus, Columbia. So what's the campus life like? Well, it's placed right in the heart of Columbia. USC and its surrounding areas allow its students to take advantage of many things that a small city has to offer. There are tons of shops, museums, and events to explore, and Columbia remains a unique sense of identity and local flavor. Now, what about USC's main rival, Clemson University? With an acceptance rate of 51.3%, they have a student body of 23,406, and 15% of that student body is from out of state. They also have a placement rate of 96%. Majors at Clemson University include engineering, business, management, marketing, biological and biomedical sciences, health professions, and social sciences. The average freshman retention rate is 93%. To get into Clemson, on average, you need a 1245 on the SAT, a 29 on the ACT, and a rough unweighted GPA of 3.7. Clemson, like USC, has many resources across the state, with their main campus being in, well, Clemson. If you're looking for more of a small town feel, Clemson is a very good option for you. The townsfolk of Clemson love their university. In fact, in 2015, Princeton reviewed the town and said it was #1 in the country for town and gown relations with the university. The campus actually is in the heart of town with restaurants on campus and with stores carrying everything you might need all in close proximity to the school. That's all we got for you today, folks. If you're interested in any of these colleges or looking into other ones, make sure to go to Naviance to check it out. My name is Molyvade, signing off for ECSN.
Hopefully that'll give you some insight on where you want to go to college.
Next, we have a fun segment on Wando's Winter Guard.
Hey Wando and Lucy Beckham students, I'm Abby Mondello. Since the end of marching season, the Wando Color Guard has transitioned into the Winter Guard season. I sat down with Ms. Imholtz to help further understand the Winter Guard at Wando.
So I'm Sarah Price Imholtz. I am the director of the Color Guard program and the director of the dance program here at Wando. The Winter Guard is just an extension of Color Guard. So for Color Guard, we basically provide literally the color for marching band. So when the marching band is playing music, we're dancing, we're spinning, we're creating the visual effect. So for the winter season, that's when we their marching band is not with us anymore. So instead we're performing to music in a gym. And we basically pick a show to a song, and then that entire season it will be kind of creating a visual interpretation of that song. Typically we will have about 3 rehearsals a week with our varsity team, and then with our JV team it's about 2 rehearsals a week, sometimes Saturday camps, competitions, those kind of things. So now with COVID, that has complicated it a lot, and so our competition circuit is no longer doing in-person events, and so it's all virtual, which has been it's been definitely a stress, but it's also kind of presented us a challenge of having to figure out how to recreate what we do. We have like a totally separate routine for varsity and a totally separate routine for JV, but since we're doing kind of a stage show, the overall theme is flowers, and so we were actually doing several pieces of music that we're playing Flowers and Superpowers, Sunflower, there's another song I can't remember the top of my head, but basically the whole show will be about flowers. You can definitely be in the Winter Guard without being in Color Guard. However, it's kind of hard to like kind of jump in. You know, when other people have already had Color Guard season, they have a stronger skill set because they've had a whole season to work on something. It'd be the same kind of thing of like, you know, with marching band, it's like, you know, if you try to step in and do concert band second semester, but you haven't played at all first semester, you know, it's a little harder to jump in. Not impossible, but a little bit more of a challenge. So we strongly encourage people to do both seasons.
Thank you guys for tuning in today.
Be sure to catch us next month and follow us on social media for more.
This has been Justin LaForge
and Gage Schmidt,
signing off for ECSN.